Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna. Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna. Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hey Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gokula Nanda, Radha Gokula Nanda Radhe. Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. श्री श्री राधा गोकुलानंद की पंचतत्व की, गौर निताय की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की, गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरि हरि। जय हम विष्णुपाद परम परवजचार्य स्तोत्र सत हिज डिवाइन गिफ्ट ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की। जय हम विष्णुपाद परम परवजचार्य स्तोत्र सत हिज डिवाइन गिफ्ट भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्री प्रभुपाद की। अनंत कोटि वैष्णविंद की। नामचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की। प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्तविंद की। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की। श्री मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की। श्री नवदीप मायापुर धाम की। जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की। गंगा मई की, यमुना मई की, तुलसी देवी की, भक्ति देवी की, कलिक पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की, सामवेद भक्तविंद की, पंचतत्व की, श्री श्री गौर निताय की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की। All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Praladadadaine. प्रहलादलाददायिने हिरण्यकाशी पूर्वक्षः शिलटङ्कानखालये तो नरसिंह परे तो नरसिंह यतो यतो यमि ततो नरसिंह बहिर्नरसिंह हृदये नरसिंह नरसिंहमादिं शरणं प्रपद्ये तव करकमलवरे नखामद्भुतशृङ्गां दलिता हिरण्यकशिपो तनुभृङ्गां केशवदीर्ता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे। हे केशवतीर्थ नरहरि रूप जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे हरि हरि जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरहरि जय नरहरि जय नरहरि जय नरहरि जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद निताई गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताई गौरा हरि बोल श्री श्री नरसिंहदेव भगवान की प्रहलाद महाराज की निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. So welcome all of you to this Sunday afternoon ISKCON Manchester Kirtan event. For those of you who are not familiar, generally we will have a talk between 1 and 2 o'clock. Then there will be some Kirtan, stand-up Kirtan, followed by Prasadam. But every 4th or the last Sunday of the month, we dedicate the whole event to the chanting of the holy names. So today, we'll just be essentially chanting till we're ready for Prasadam, till 3 o'clock. So while we're chanting, it is also essential to focus a little bit on the importance of chanting. So the next 1 hour will be a mix of chanting together and also referring from the scriptures as to why it is important to chant and what does chanting do to us and what are the benefits and how we can properly do chanting in the association of devotees. So we're not referring to a particular verse today, but there'll be various references I will make. But we'll start with the standard Jai Radha Madhava. It's a very short bhajan. Those of you familiar can join. If you're not familiar, you can just try and listen as best. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Jai Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravana Chari Yamuna Tiravana Chari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandanam Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandanam Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravana Chari Yamuna Tiravana Chari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari You can sit here. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Radhe. Jai Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Radhe. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Shri Radha Madhav ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari 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 Bol. Hare Krishna. So, welcome once again to our Sunday program. Today, like I said earlier, is focusing on Kirtan. And Kirtan is essentially chanting the holy names of the Lord together. So I saw most of you, some of you were in a very meditative mode, some of you were absorbing, some of you were singing along, clapping. How did that feel? Good? Good. So this is the effect Kirtan or chanting of the holy name has on you. Why? Because it is spiritual sound vibration. It is not mundane sound. It is not like chanting the names of a product such as cola or any other object that we use on a day-to-day basis. These are spiritual sound vibrations, and it brings us closer to the realization that we are spiritual beings. And when we get that realization, we feel more and more at ease. That's why chanting the holy names has this effect on us, because it's spiritual sound vibration. So today we'll be focusing on the importance of chanting the holy names. So today is the fourth Sunday. We are dedicating this to the chanting of the holy names. We also have other events. September 10th, we are organizing a 6-hour Kirtan. So for 6 hours together, we'll be chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. I can see some people are getting excited at the back. And this is at Indian Association Temple in Oldham. The advert would be out soon. So keep a lookout and book your dates between 2 to 8 p.m. on Sunday, September 10th. So, what is the goal of an individual or a devotee in Krishna consciousness? What do we try and achieve by this constant chanting of the holy name? Anybody? What is the goal when we chant the holy name? Are we trying to achieve a certain objective? Yes. Get back to Godhead is one of the byproducts. Yes, we can meditate on that. Yeah. We're trying to please Krishna. Wonderful. Yes, that should be the attitude. Anybody? Yes, it has a cleansing effect on us. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us 8 verses, and the very first verse of Sri Shikshashtakam is Cheto Darpana Marjanam Bhava Mahadavagini Nirvapanam. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. It cleans the heart of all the impurities we have. Bhava Mahadavagini Nirvapanam. It helps us get out of this fire of material existence. Anybody else? So these are all very good answers. So acharyas tell us that the goal of chanting is to be able to continue chant. And chant as long as we can develop so much appreciation for chanting that we can include this chanting in our daily lives and prioritize it to an extent that it becomes a part of us. The third verse in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Shikshashtakam is Tanarapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishuna Amanina Manadena Kirtanya Sadahari. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the garb of a devotee, is trying to give these messages to everybody, and he says, thinking oneself to be lower than a straw in the street, in only such a humble state of mind, one can chant the holy name constantly. And when you talk about the qualities of a devotee, Krishna himself is giving in so many places in the Bhagavad Gita. He explains who is really a proper devotee, who is really someone he is appreciating as a devotee. In the 9th chapter, 14th verse, Krishna says, I will read from the Bhagavad Gita. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dhridhavrata namasyantascha mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. So if we are trying to please Krishna, we need to understand what is the instruction that he is giving us, by which he is pleased. And it is explained beautifully in this verse. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. These are some of the qualities Krishna is giving for who is a devotee, who is qualified to get the favor of Krishna. There is another verse in the 10th chapter, number 9, which again illustrates the importance of chanting. So someone who is chanting constantly and has Krishna's favor, Krishna then promises in the 10th chapter, 9th verse, he says, Macchitta madgata pranam bodhayanta parasparam kathayantas chamam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Krishna is saying, those who are constantly chanting or constantly thinking of me, thoughts of such pure devotees dwell in me. I am also thinking about them. And their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. So these are direct instructions from the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna is saying or recommending to achieve me, to please me, constantly remember me, come together in one another's association and glorify me, talk about me, hear my pastimes. And if you do so, not that you're only thinking about me, my heart is also full of thoughts about you. So if we have Krishna's favor, do we need anything else? Nothing else. So when we get to that stage, that is the perfection of this life, to be able to constantly stay in that mode where we can chant the holy names. Gather together with devotees and do some glorification, do some Krishna Katha, and create an environment such that we are constantly able to stay in thoughts of Krishna. And when we do that, he has us in his thoughts. Okay? So there is a little pastime from Srimad-Bhagavatam. We all know the story of Ajamila, who was a Brahmin by birth and was doing all the right things, and then had a fall down. And then when in his fall down state, he was chanting the names of his son Narayan, and he's about to leave his body, the Vishnu Doots come and the Yamadoots come together at the same time. And we know from reading the Srimad-Bhagavatam that the Yamadutas were not allowed to do their job. Vishnu Dutas claimed Ajamila at that point. So Canto 6 is titled Prescribed Duties of Mankind. A lot of times we are confused as only one life, what's there before, after, what is the right way to live this life. We should then take shelter of literatures like Srimad-Bhagavatam, and 6th canto is Prescribed Duties of Mankind, in which there is a verse, Etavan eva lokesmin. How does that go? Etavan eva lokesmin pumsa dharma para, something like that. It'll come to me in a bit. So the pastime is the Vishnu Dutas claim Ajamila, and Yamadutas are not allowed to do their job. So Yamadutas are very, very bewildered. They are having this conversation with Yamaraj, their master, and they're saying, what is this? This man Ajamila lived a very sinful life towards the end, and it was our right to claim him. Why were we not allowed to do our job? This is a argument the Yamadutas are having with the Yamaraj. And the Yamaraj is quoting this verse, and he's saying, yes, it is true that anybody who's sincerely taken up to chanting the holy names will not take another material birth. So in doing that, whether consciously or unconsciously, Ajamila has earned the right to be saved from Yamadutas. So these are assurances from scriptures like Srimad-Bhagavatam. The benefits or the impact even little bit of chanting, consciously or unconsciously, can have on us. Because these are spiritual sound vibrations. So the analogy is that when you're a patient, like we are suffering from this conditioning of this material body, whether the patient has faith or no, whether he knows the composition of the medicine or no, if the medicine goes inside the body, it's going to do its job. Such is the nature of the transcendental sound vibration of the holy names, that once it enters in our system through the oral reception, it is going to do Cheto Darpana Marjana. It is going to cleanse ourselves. It is going to help us get rid of unwanted attributes, greed, envy, jealousy, pride, hatred, etc., etc. It will have that effect. And this is the recommended, prescribed duty of every human being as per the scriptures. So we'll do a little bit chanting more. Okay, everybody? Yeah. We can sort something. Yeah. On the spot opportunity. So we're discussing glorification of holy name and importance of holy name, and the opportunity is right here in front of you. How merciful the Lord can be. For those of you who are sincerely thinking of taking up chanting more earnestly, here's the opportunity. So the verse, I've written it down. Etavan eva lokesmin pumsa dharma parasmrita bhakti yogo bhagavate tannama granadibihi. It says, devotional service, if you want to engage in pleasing the Lord, begins with the chanting of the holy name. And that is every human being's first responsibility. It starts with that. Okay, so just emphasizing on the importance of chanting of the holy name. We'll do a little bit more. Ready? Shankarshan? Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Pashatya Desha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Bolo bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So in our normal lives, when we pick up a certain device or an instrument, it always comes with a manual, a product manual. Likewise, the acharyas are telling us, acharyas are referred to as self-realized individuals who have perfected their lives. They are telling us that if we want to figure out how best to make use of this body that we have been given, then we have to refer to the scriptures. Scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad-Bhagavatam. And specially recommended for this age that we are living in is the chanting of the holy name. So whatever was achieved in previous ages by elaborate deity worship or very pompous fire sacrifices or any other means can be achieved in this age by simply chanting of the holy name. So, the Srimad-Bhagavatam, we all know, is a conversation between Shukadev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj has these 7 days left and he's making inquiries, and Shukadev Goswami is answering his questions and adding a few bits. So, from the 12th canto of the Srimad-Bhagavatam, there is a beautiful verse referring to this age we are in and applies to all of us. It says, Kalera dosha nidhe rajan ashtihe eko mahaguna. So, it is being mentioned that this age we are living in of Kali Yuga is full of faults. Kaler dosha nidhe rajan. O Rajan, O Prince, O King, this age that is coming after Dwapar, Kali Yuga, is full of problems. Anxiety, stress, rising energy bills, which is knocking around the corner. Conflicts, not just with people, communities, but nations. I suppose Ukraine and Russia is old now. China and Taiwan and everywhere in the world. Daily struggle. So the age we're living in is full of all these little issues at individual, community and country level. But there is one wonderful thing about this age. Astehe eko mahaguna. Sukadeva Goswami is saying, there is one beautiful thing about this age. That Krishna is accessible simply by chanting of his holy name. Kirtana deva Krishnasya mukta sangha param vrajet. Simply by chanting of the holy names, you can deliver yourself. Can't hear outside? Okay, I'm speaking as loud as I can. Hare Krishna. So, the scriptures like Srimad-Bhagavatam are telling us, even though this age is full of quarrel, hypocrisy, and all sorts of daily issues, there is one beautiful aspect. Simply by chanting of the holy names, we can access the Lord. Sometimes we go on making this English statement, seeing is believing. If I see God, I'll believe in Him. But the next question is, do we have the eyes to see God? I was just... that's better. I was just looking at a video advert of a company called Dyson. Have you heard of Dyson? Have you seen this latest ad? So Dyson is spending many years of technology and research in understanding how a hair behaves. And what sort of human hair we have and animal hair we have, and how the hoover can work in a way that it can suck every bit of dirt in the environment that you live in. And they were saying in the study that on the animal hair, there are thousands and thousands of bacteria living. So for those of you who have pets, essentially the point that I'm trying to make is that, you've got a cuddly little toy to play with, but you don't know what's beneath the surface of every single strand of hair. And you cannot see that with your naked eye, because you need the support of additional instruments. So if we cannot see subtle things or gross things in nature like that, what about spiritual things? What about the Lord Himself? So we need to start with listening to the holy names, which the scriptures are telling is none other or none different than the Lord Himself. There is another verse in the Srimad-Bhagavatam. The last two lines are Yagna Sankirtan prayer Yajanti hi Sumedasa. So scriptures are also telling us, what do intelligent people do? The intelligent people take up to the chanting of the holy name. Yagna Sankirtan prayer Yajanti hi Sumedasa. And for those of you who still want to see to believe, there is another quick reference from Shikshashtakam, verse number 2, which is Namnamakari bahuda nija sarva shaktish tatra pita niyamita smaranena kalo etadrishi tava kripa bhagavan mamapi Durudeva midrasa mihajani nanuraga. What is the translation? Oh my Lord, listen. Your holy name alone can render all benedictions to living beings. And thus, you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these, this is the most important bit, in these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. So don't worry about getting to a stage where you can actually physically see the Lord in front of you. You will probably have to become an Arjuna. And you'll have to be like one in so many thousand years of Brahmaji for that to happen. For Krishna to show you his universal form. So while we are on that journey, we can take respite from the fact that the Lord is non-different than his names. And Krishna himself is saying, in these transcendental names you have invested all your transcendental energies. And better still, there are not even hard and fast rules of chanting. You can simply pick up the beads and chant the 16 syllables either at home or doing your walk or commuting, etc. Wherever you have quick 7 to 10 minutes, you can do one round of chanting. Obviously, when you live in communities, you pick up on how other devotees are behaving. So as a habit, even if I'm going like 2 minutes away, the first thing is to pick up the bead bag and stick it in your pocket. You never know where you will have 10 minutes spare, either waiting behind the wheels in a traffic light or standing for your pizza to be delivered if that's what you're having that day. So make it a habit. But essentially, no hard and fast rules for chanting these names. And further, Mahaprabhu is saying, Oh my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by the holy name. So for any of you who are thinking of approaching the Lord, here is a passage. By chanting his holy names. It's mentioned clearly. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction to them. And that is the whole effort we spend our lives in. When will I get the attraction that I will constantly be able to chant the holy names? Obviously, we are not suggesting that you drop everything else. The recommendation is to include this chanting of 1 round, 2 round, 3 round, or whatever you can manage in your schedule, apart from everything else you do. And you will experience for yourself, I'm saying from my own experience, that everything else you do will become better in trying to get you closer to the Lord. Of course, he's known as Hari, which means he takes away. We were making this reference the other day on Janmashtami also. And Hari, take away, means he will take away inauspiciousness. That's right. Anything that's coming in the way of you getting to him, that he will take away. And of course, he promises that he will maintain what you have and he'll look after you. And he's like our eternal, very loving, well-wishing Father. So many assurances from the scriptures directly. And he is also present in the form of his Vigraha. Vigraha means the deity form of the Lord. So the analogy is chanting in front of the deity is also a very recommended means of going about your daily practice. The analogy is that the Vigraha is a representation of the Lord, only because one, we don't have the ability to see him in his full form. And the Vigraha is also a representation in the sense that if we submit our petition to this authorized bona fide form, then it will reach the Lord. But not any form of any pop star or rock star and chanting his names. That wouldn't get you anywhere. If you want to achieve Krishna, you have to submit to a bona fide form as recommended by the scriptures, such as the deities. So we'll just chant a little bit more for another 10 minutes, and then next lot of kirtaniers can come on. Everybody okay? Any comments? Anything anybody wants to add at this stage? While we get another 5-7 minutes of chanting. Yes, Krishna Chandra Prabhu.
You said the meaning of the chanting before. I just wanted to add one.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, it means when you're asking for service.
Yeah.
Chant.
Yes.
So that's my.
That's true, yes. So, Krishna Chandra Prabhu is trying to bring out the fact that if we do sincere chanting, yes, it will have all those effects. Take away our bad qualities, bad attributes, clean us internally, give us spiritual nourishment. But when you sincerely call out the mother's name or the father's name, what will they do? They will engage you in their service, isn't it? So that is the effect sincere, pure chanting has. If you're chanting nicely, then our Father Krishna hears and he wants you. The only reason why he engages you is that he wants to create an environment and an atmosphere that you are constantly in his remembrance. And it becomes easy for you to chant more and more and more. And like I said at the start, what is the goal of chanting? Is to continue to chant. Is to continue to be able to chant and make it a priority in our lives. So, we will chant another 5-7 minutes. Jai Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda ki, Shri Panchatu Bhagwan ki Jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Nitai Gaur Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Nitai Gaur Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Hare Krishna. So just to summarize the takeaways from what we've discussed today. The chanting of the holy name, number one, is spiritual sound vibration. It's not mundane vibration. Second, for us to be able to approach the Lord, it is not possible to see Him directly, and therefore the recommendation is to approach Him through the holy names, which are non-different from Krishna Himself. And this is the recommended process for this age we're living in. And scriptures tell us that this is the most simplest process also to achieve Krishna. And then we are also recommending that as a habit, keep your bead bag with you. If you don't have bead bags of your own or chanting beads, we can make them available to you. So please keep them with you. And Krishna, we know, comes from time to time to for a variety of reasons. And when he came as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 550 years ago, he came to show us what is the best example, how to perfectly behave like a devotee. And what did he do? Most of his lifetime, apart from giving a few instructions and having a few conversations, the one important, most common activity that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was engaging himself in was the chanting of the holy name constantly, all the time. He used to have Kirtan nights at Shivash Pandit's house for 8 hours, 10 hours together, chanting the same mantra over and over and over again. So, Krishna, by his own example, is telling us that the perfection of this life is to chant the holy names, and that is the most simplest means to achieve the Lord. Okay? So, thank you very much for bearing with us. We've got another hour of chanting until it's time for Prasadam. You're going to do the chanting? Okay.
Stand up.
Yeah. Stand up.
Okay. Just
No, I insist.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने नमः। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा भज गौर भक्तवृंदा भज गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya, Radha Raman Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya, Radha Raman Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya, Radha Raman Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya.
225, 5 minutes announcement.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya, Radha Raman Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gokulanand, Radha Gokulanand Radhe. Jaya Radha Gokulanand, Radha Gokulanand Radhe. Jaya Panchatattva, 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 Jaya Panchatattva. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari 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 Bol.
Hare Krishna. So we humbly request everyone, please be seated for a quick couple of announcements. Couple of minutes only we will take, and after that, my dear friend Rajendra Lal Prabhu will be leading final Kirtan today. Could we kindly switch on that light, if possible? Mataji, over there. Okay. Switch it over there. Yeah, please. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki! Thank you, Dinbandhu Prabhu, for leading such a ecstatic kirtan, making everyone dance and sweat. So rather than sweating elsewhere, better sweat in the service of the Lord. Yeah, people are sweating, working day and night. Yeah, so we are trying to sweat here in the temple for the Lord. Hare Krishna. Wonderful to see you all. Thank you so much for being with us today on this wonderful Kirtan Sunday. It is quite famous. It attracts larger crowd. Today, unfortunately or fortunately, some of our lead singers are away and giving opportunity to other lead singers today. Hare Krishna. So is anybody coming for the first time or coming after a long time? Kindly raise your hand so that we know who you are. Okay, quite a few. Very welcome. ISKCON Manchester, welcome you to our temple. Thank you so much for being with us today. Every Sunday we have a program starting from 12 onwards, which includes Arati, Kirtan, and a discourse on Bhagavad Gita and Vedic literature. You can join our WhatsApp group by seeing our friend next door, Madhav Kumar Prabhu, or you can go to our website. We have a QR code that you can scan and join our WhatsApp group so that you will receive all our communications. So thank you very much for that. So coming Sunday is a wonderful festival going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate a wonderful festival in the temple. Krishna, the literal meaning of Krishna means all attractive. He attracts everyone, including moving and non-moving beings. When he goes to forest in Vrindavan, even the birds and trees and the plants and the other beings are attracted. Although he attracts everyone, but he gets attracted by one personality. That is Srimati Radharani. Bolo Srimati Radharani ki. So Krishna, because he attracts, he enchants everyone, he is known as Madan Mohan. Yeah, he bewilders Cupid. That's why he is Madan Mohan. But actually Radharani bewilders Krishna. So she is known as Madan Mohan Mohini. So this festival is more important than Janmashtami. Her appearance day falls on Sunday, 4th September. We will be having a wonderful festival here in the temple. It's a standard schedule starting from 12 onwards. And the special thing that day would be, we will have a flower abhishek. Flower abhishek. Wonderful flower abhishek. Plenty of flowers, different colors, different varieties of flowers are brought and petals are separated. And we do a great flower abhishek to Srimati Radharani and Shri Krishna. And if you would like to bring any flower petals or flowers, you are very welcome to do so. So I would also like to announce Dr. Vaidya has kindly sponsored the full festival that day. Haribol. So he is not here, but he'll be with us on that day. On the same day, we are having another wonderful thing taking place in London. Bolo Jai Jagannath Swami Ki. Jai. So London Rath Yatra. A number of devotees are going on a coach. The coach is nearly full. Only, as we speak, only 2 seats are left. First come, first serve, on a first come and first serve basis. If we would like to go to London on this coach with 60 other devotees, singing and dancing, eating prasad, this is your final opportunity to join. The coach will start around 6 o'clock. Actually, we request devotees to assemble here in the temple at 6 o'clock, and the coach will leave the temple around 6:30. And they will have breakfast somewhere on a motorway in a service station. And while returning, they will visit Bhaktivedanta Manor. and they will spend an hour or so there, and they try to return to Manchester 10 o'clock in the night, full day. So those who have reserved their seats, we humbly request them to pay today. Please, either preferably by bank transfer, and if you are not able to do a bank transfer, please hand over cash to myself or Vrajkumar Prabhu, Radha Vinod Prabhu. Please. Okay. And we have a couple of Gita courses scheduled in the month of, one in the month of September and another in the month of October. So people do not have time to read Prabhupada books. Prabhupada took so much he put so much of his energy in writing these books. So ISKCON Manchester is organizing a couple of wonderful courses where you can, these are like a crash course. Within a day, you can learn so much. Yes? Our dear Dinbandhu Prabhu, who is a psychiatric consultant, so he runs these certificate courses on Gita. On 17th September, is running a certificate course, say a full day certificate course, starting from 9 a.m. and it goes until 5, and it's free. It's free, Baba. Just imagine. You get knowledge, you get prasadam, and it's free. Yes? We attend so many courses in our profession. They charge you like anything. But this psychiatric consultant is very kind. He's feeding you, he's giving you knowledge, and is not taking any money. So if you are interested, please do register for this course. Yes, you can directly see Dinbandhu Prabhu, or you can see any one of us, so that we will register you. This course will actually take place in Gita Bhavan, because we have around 200 people registering for this course, full day course. And we request that if you don't know the summary of Gita, if you have never attended, even if you have attended, you know how to present. If you want to know how to present a course, then this is for you. Whether you have attended, whether you are not attended, this course is for you. Please see His Grace Dinbandhu Prabhu. Highly recommend and request if you have not done so. And we also have another course in October for 3 Sundays. We will do that in the temple. Starting from 16th October, we will do 3 consecutive Sundays in the temple. We will announce that a little later. So those are the couple of quick announcements. So thank you very much, and we really appreciate for being with us. Now we enter into the final of our Kirtan by His Grace Brajendra Lal Prabhu. Hare Krishna!
Hare Krishna!
Yeah. Oldham, yes. Can't remember the date, but yeah. 10th September. 10th September. Yeah, Saturday. Thank you. Kirtan, yeah. 2 to 8. 6 hours. You always miss something. You always miss something. Yeah.
Azi.
But we'll announce, yeah. Oh, he announced.
Gaura 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 Hari Gaura Gaura Hari Gaura 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 Hare Jaya Sakti Nandana 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 Gaura Hare Gaura 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 Hare Gaura 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 Hare Nitai 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 Gauranga Nitai 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 Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Gaura 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 Hare Gaura 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 Hare Gaura Hare Jaya Gaura Hare Gaura Hare Jaya Gaura Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Gaura 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 Hare, Gaura 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 Hare, Gaura 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 Hare, Gaura 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 Hare. Jaya Sakti Nandana Gaura Hare, Jaya Sakti Nandana Gaura Hare, Gaura 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 Hare, Gaura 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 Hare, Gaura 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 Hare, Gaura 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 Hare. Jaya Sakti Nandana Gaura Hare, Jaya Sakti Nandana Gaura Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Gaura 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 Hare everybody Gaura 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 Hare Gaura Hare Jaya Gaura Hare Gaura Hare Jaya Gaura Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Go, go. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hari Bol Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Rama Hare Hare Hari Bol Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Everyone Hari Bol everyone together now, one more time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Nam Sankirtan Yajna ki Jai Gaur Premanande, Vaishnav Thakur ki Shubhad ki
जय हम विष्णुपाद परम परजचार्य स्तोत्र सत जजवान कृष्ण ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय हम विष्णुपाद परम परजचार्य स्तोत्र सत जजवान कृष्ण भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्री प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णविंद की नामचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्तविंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की श्री मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा मई की यमुना मई की तुलसी देवी की भक्ति देवी की कलिक पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की सामवेद भक्त वृंद की पंचतत्व की श्री श्री राधा गोकुलानंद की श्रील प्रभुपाद की all glories to assembled devotee
Hare Krishna,
all glories to assembled devotee
Hare Krishna,
all glories to assembled devotee
Hare Krishna.
all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Namaste Sarti Devi ko. Hare Krishna.
महाप्रसादे गोविंद नाम ब्राह्मणी वैष्णवे स्वल्प पुण्य वितुम राजन विश्वशून्य विजायते शरीरार विद्याचार जयेन्द्रिय ताहेकार धर्मते जीवायति लोभमो सुधर्मति ताकिसिता कठिन संसारे कृष्ण वरदयमय गौरीवार जीव जाय सब साधन दिलो भाई अमृत पाओ राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
That was ecstatic. Long time, after a long time. You're back.
You're nearly back.
Yeah?
Yeah, this morning I tried to do a bit more.
Yeah. I didn't feel any difference. You're feeling back. Thank you so much. There was so much energy.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Krishna, Prabhupada gives only opportunities. Thank you.
Oh, it's 10. The thing was, one Can you just
First time I was hearing you.
Yes. About COVID.
Yeah, I have not COVID for about 2 years. So it's very difficult. But that's cool. I'm trying to go on Harinam Sankirtan. So I'm good, I'm comfortable. So many tests in the class. Technology and very bright.
Good to see you. Wonderful. You enjoying it? Very happy to see you. You've been coming the last few weeks. I did a record list 4 times, so
Are you
so far. You liking it?
yeah.
Take some prasadam in the back order. You know Rajakumar Govinda? You know who runs Saturday program? You know Govinda? One seat. You can ask him before they are gone.
Of course. Hare Krishna.
You got children or what? Sorry? You got children? Yeah. They're also coming yesterday. How old are you? Myself, 13. Can you imagine in 10 years' time you can forget what you did? Are you living close to? Yes. Sir. And you're good? Thank you. So the utility facilities are push through all the different aspects of the course. Thank you so much. I'll give it. So my background is his vision classes will finish. So Krishna, sort of remind us, like, saying, the reason that we all feel by grace everything, because he is a top universal priest, never came to this world. And he had nature.